Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome to today's inspiration. Today's inspiration, I'm very excited about. You guys all know I try to remove the word excited, but it just comes out so naturally. I'm really, really excited about today. Trusting your intuition. And I just really love when I start to reflect, hi Irie, hello, hello. Am I saying your name right, Irie, when I say your name? And Christine, good morning to you and everybody as well that's entering. Jesse, I just see that you said hello. Yes, fantastic, Irie. Welcome to you, Jesse, as well. I really enjoy when I start to reflect on the subject and start to look into a deeper meaning of the words that I intuitively know, just so I can make sure, like, look for what a deeper meaning of what's going on. Irie, I love it. I can actually hear it now in Jamaican. Irie, I can hear it. It's Jamaican for happiness, joy, and bliss. What a beautiful meaning. Rita, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. Good afternoon, good evening. It's everything. Good morning from Mexico. Martha, welcome, welcome, welcome to you too. I enjoy the reflection beforehand, so I can become more analytic about it and approach it from the four bodies. So intuitively, trusting your intuition, boom, easy. I know what that means. But then I said, okay, I want to break it down. Sporty Jen, good greetings to you. Greetings. Welcome to you. Greetings, Manal, everyone. Sporty Jen says, what I like to do is when I get the definitions, it helps me turn around and use it and allow us to define it in the more mathematical terms, the engineering terms, the analytic terms, and break it down so we can understand from an intellectual place which of our bodies it is that we can waken up, become more aware of for whatever we're looking at, whatever we're researching. Erica, good morning to you. Good morning. So today I looked at intuition first. First, I looked at intuition. I know what intuition is. We all know what intuition is. But then when I was using it, I was actually defining it as an example of a type of intuition. But it's knowing. It's my gut instinct. But when I looked it up, it said intuition, a noun. We're using it as a noun today. It could be a verb. The ability to understand something immediately. So there's no time. And why is there no time? Because it's without the need for conscious reasoning. So what's interesting is I sometimes talk about time, and I talk about on another dimension, on the other dimension, the spiritual dimension, the energetic dimension, there is no time. There is time is on our physical dimension, not on our spiritual or energetic dimension. And intuition is defined as the ability to understand something immediately. So remove the concept of time. There is no time. It's coming from another dimension. It's coming from a different place without the need for the conscious reasoning. Our mind, our analysis, our logic, our mental body is not involved in its processing. Our mind is always involved because our mind is reading our physical body. Our mind is reading our emotional body. Our mind is calibrating our beliefs. So our mind obviously is always going to be processing for us, but our logic, our reasoning, the mechanical element of the mind is not involved in intuition. Rita, coming in strong. I'm still struggling with the narcissist who left me abruptly a month ago. I want no contact. Changed numbers, etc. He contacted me at work, blaming me. I feel terrible and have no intuition on this topic. Fantastic. Today, we will awaken your intuition. And what I really love is your last sentence. I enjoy the first few sentences because it helps us put into calibration or into the lens, into focus is probably the best word, into focus of where you are, where your mindset has been. But your last sentence is your growth offering, your growth wealthing. I welcome intuition on this topic. That's what I get. The first few sentences, I'm still struggling. There's a struggle, which means misalignment. We're not alignment. Narcissist, we're labeling the other person, which we can break down narcissist. Last time we talked about gaslighting, and it was really interesting what we were able to gather when we broke down what gaslighting meant to us and what of our bodies it affected. All four. And intuition is all four bodies. I love these topics where we're talking about all four bodies and it's alignment of the bodies. I see the hearts going, so I know we're connecting already. It's the alignment of these four bodies. I want no contact. So Rita is wanting no contact, which I appreciate that and know that, because when you're not safe and you're not secure, the best thing is no contact. Chain numbers extended and he still contacted you at work. Blaming me. Fantastic. That's the narcissist in there. It's always about you, not about them. And I feel terrible. So I'm going to ask you, Rita, what do you want to feel? I'm going to turn around and say, you say I feel terrible and I have intuition. I'm going to interpret that as, and you tell me how you are, and everybody that can relate, share with me. What is it that you want to feel? I think you want to feel great. You want to feel aligned. You want to feel safe. You want to feel secure. And you want to trust your intuition, your knowing, and your actions. I want to feel free and amazing again. Fantastic. And I love you said again. I love you said again. So the way to feel amazing and free is counterintuitive. But it is to know that you are amazing and free. And that the situation, the experience that you just described is an experience to push you back towards your intuition and your truth. Now, you might have a lot of resistance to that, which that's what we're going to start to look at. What is the resistance that we have that keeps us from alignment with truth? And every experience that we have is that gift towards alignment. So Rita, do you welcome that? And can we start to see what's in the way of you perhaps feeling that? Is it fear? Is it not trust within yourself? Let's break it down. So fear, perfect. Fear, and everybody that's resonating with this and everybody that's connecting, tell me what's in the way of your story for you to be in touch with your intuition. So Rita's is very specific, and some might have stories that relate to it, so you can easily extrapolate to it, and some stories might be different, but the feelings are the same. Fear. Now Rita and everybody, what is the fear of? What are you fearful of? What is the fear of? What is the fear of? What is the fear of? Let's get to what the fear is. And meanwhile, I'm going to say TJ says, getting all four connected is hard. It feels like my intuition gets shouted over by my ego a lot of the time. Okay, TJ, I love that. And I'm going to say to you, I'm going to reword what you just said. Getting all four connected is one of the life muscles that we all, when we welcome awareness, get to develop. And I recognize that at time, some of my overdeveloped muscles that were protecting me in the past need to find balance with some of the underdeveloped muscles. And what we want to do is develop 4 evenly balanced bodies. How does that feel, TJ? How does that feel? And that's what we're doing together. It's life experience. It's the normal life architecture. When we go to school, we can't read. We start with the alphabet, then with small words, then larger words, and then we read sentences and stories. It's a very prescribed. That's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing together. That's what we're doing in life. This is the school of life where we get to have conditioning when we're unaware, become aware, and then become free. And I'm starting to define, I'll have it by the end of the weekend, a definition of all the different phases that we can go through so we can start to understand the different phases of movement from unawareness to awareness, from alone to I am. And I'm working to define that. And we'll start to give us all comfort that this is part of the natural human journey. So TJ, how does that feel? Kitty, hello Manal, I love your backdrop. I may ask where you are located. We should all live surrounded by nature, just beautiful scenery and serenity. I love my backdrop. I love my area. I feel so fortunate. It's the Umstead Park in Raleigh, Kitty, and it's just going to start to get more beautiful and beautiful as the leaves start to change color. I always want to have a camera upstairs in one of my windows for 365 days and watch the change. I'll do it soon. I'll do it soon. Rita, fear of being alone. And that was all my fault. Beautiful. Wait, what was all your fault? So it's fear of being alone and that you were bad. It was all my fault that I am bad. Can you say that to me, what that is? And I know there's comments up there that I'm going to come back to. Jesse, we're going to talk about the 4 bodies. 4 bodies, 4 bodies. So the 4 bodies, one is the physical body. This is the physicality, the physical. My muscles, my bones, my whatever. When I have pain, it's in my physical body. When I have feeling, it's in my physical body. And we all sometimes can mess up and integrate the emotional body with the physical body, because the physical body is the expression of the emotional body. But the physical body, I also call how we judge ourselves, our self-image, our body image, who we are, in the physical plane, not the identity plane, but the physical plane. So body 1 is the physical. It is the physical. So when we tell stories, when Rita's talking about how she's feeling and what's going on, that is all in the physical. That she blocked a phone number, she changed it, he called her and followed her and stalked her at the office. That's all the physical. I love the physical because this is our truth. This is our truth. But to unwind, it's the reconstructed key lime pie that I always talk about. We need to understand our emotions, our mental, and our egoic beliefs. So right now, Rita's going to fear. That's one of her emotions, fear. And then she also introduced to us her limiting thoughts. It's all my fault. And then I was trying to introduce our limiting beliefs. I am bad. I am bad. I am bad. Beautiful. So we got to Rita's 3 in 1. Boom. That's our deconstructed key lime pie. But together we're key lime pie when we just feel and we talk about the stories and we just blurt it out from a place of unawareness. And then Rita's like, can you help me get awareness? And awareness, when you're aware and willing to be aware in all 4 bodies, that's intuition, and leads to you to trusting self, trusting messages that come immediately. So second body. First is physical. Second, emotional body. This is our emotions. This is our happy, our sad, our angry, our frustration, our fear, whatever emotion. That's our emotional body. And our emotional body is the tool to guide us to our truth. We have been conditioned to put resistance on resistance on resistance on our emotions because we think they're bad. They are a gift. They are wonderful. And we are going to start to work together to become much more comfortable, much more open, much more welcoming of all of our emotions, and recognize, hey, what is the gift that these emotions are giving me? How do I calibrate towards what this emotion is directing to me, to what my greater desire are? In the end, I want us all to be following our hearts, our emotional bodies, but we got to develop the muscles of the rest of them. Mental body, this is our mind, our logic, our brain, our processing. This is our thought. And we have a lot of limiting thoughts. We want to eliminate the limiting thoughts, such as it was all my fault. And then we move it to, this is just life. This is human conditioning. This is a growth opportunity. Now, we can't just effort the thoughts. We have to feel the shift. So we're going to keep, and during our inspirations, we move between mind, between feeling, between the physical stories, and then lastly, the egoic body. This is identity. This is our connection with spirit, our connection with bigger. This is our connection with our purpose. This is where we carry our beliefs. This is things that we know to be true. This is true. And it's when we're in alignment with all 4 of them that we can trust our intuition. We can trust life. We can trust ourselves. We can trust unfolding. We can trust our bodies. We can trust our emotions. We can trust our minds. We can trust and live life from a place of flow. And that's the muscles. We want to make sure our ego, when we talk about our ego, TJ said his ego was too strong. What does that mean? That means that this body is overly protective of the other bodies because the other bodies aren't safe or haven't been able to communicate or are repressed. So that's where we're going to go through, okay? So fantastic. So where am I? So TJ, yes, need to bring up the less developed parts, learn to hear their voices out of the head. Yes, and instead of out of the head is amazing. The head is our gift. But the head has been overly active for everybody else. We're going to get them in alignment, in balance, through respect, through love, through honor, through recognizing all of their strengths and getting them to work together rather than against each other. We have been conditioned for our bodies to work against each other. The mind is fighting over the heart is fighting over the body. The mind is judging the body. The body is resisting the emotions. Over. And I love that. This is resonating with you all. Love it. We are going to get out of the pattern of getting our four bodies against each other and get into alignment. Mary Alice, yes. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. And today it's cool enough to be outside, but warm enough to be outside, but cool enough to be wearing layers. Okay, so Rochelle, I think it's Rochelle. How do you separate your own wants from your intuition? I don't want to make the wrong decision. That's a great question, Rochelle. And what I just described, it's about trusting our four bodies. It's about really coming to a place that you are aware. You're aware of your body. You're aware of when it feels good. You're aware of your emotions. You honor your emotions. You're aware of your mind, and you're able to focus your mind and direct your mind and trust your mind and love your mind. You're aware of your beliefs, empowering beliefs, not limiting beliefs, empowering beliefs, and you honor them all. And then when something happens in life, whether it was in the past, it's the present, or something that's perceived to be in the future, you honor the awakening of your emotions, of your body, of your mind, and you get to a place of awareness to ask the questions, what is it trying to teach me, rather than I am bad, I am fearful, I am not good enough, I am not working, something is wrong, my life is bad, I am a victim. What we're going to do is shift the lens, the focus of everything in life from being bad to being is. And the is orienting us towards growth and expansion. The is orienting us towards truth. The is orienting us towards my purpose. And I am purpose. I don't have to look for my purpose. I am purpose. And so together, again, going back to TJ, how do we do it? It's a muscle. It's a muscle. And everybody is exactly where they're meant to be. Nobody is broken. Nobody is wrong. Nobody is bad. Nobody's conditionings were bad. Everybody has their own life journey, their uniqueness. We're all just here with the opportunity to have such unique individual experiences and to align to our personal truths. How incredible. Nobody else can relate to me 100% because nobody knows me. People know me. That's the wrong language. Nobody has 100% exactly expression of the past, my past expression. We can all relate, and we can all relate in all dimensions, but nobody knows my truth. Nobody has been where I have been. Nobody knows my experiences fully as I do. Even twins from the same womb come out with different experiences. So this is the beauty of the human experience. And so together we just honor the past, become aware, question the why, not like why did this happen to me, but what am I meant to learn? How am I meant to grow? How do I strengthen my muscles? How do I get to an alignment? How do I make my life experience internally oriented, not externally oriented, despite the fact that life has told me and taught me externally? Because I come in as a wee baby, fully unconditioned until external conditionings start to force beliefs and thoughts and feelings and physical experiences that might not be feeling good. But they're here to teach us, not to hurt us. They're here to guide us. not to struggle us, not to suffer us. And so we just continue to collectively shift our view on what life is, the journey of life, the meaning of life, the joy of life, the celebration of life, towards awareness that it's all here for us to grow and align, and life is meant to be beautiful, enjoyable, pleasurable, tasty. All my senses awaken, all my senses finding the pleasure and the joy and the beauty in life. How does that feel? How does that feel? How does that feel? And I don't think there's any comments above that I have missed. If I have missed anything, let me know, because now I'm jumping to Steve, Carolina first, who said hello, who jumped in. And then Steve, let me know if I missed anything, because I believe I'm caught up now that I go to Carolina saying hello, and then Steve. I don't know what I'm afraid of. What is the fear? What the fear is? I don't know. I've tried it. Serious. I just can't find, locate, like no damn, not a clue or thought of. There is a thought though. Okay, beautiful. What's the thought? And Steve, if you're not ready to know what your fear is, it's okay. Just recognizing the fear, not putting resistance on it, and recognizing and feeling the flavor of it. Okay, we've talked about fear a few times today. Let's go into it. Just let's go into it right now. Everybody connect with your fear. Okay, we're doing a mini meditation. Feels like we just started and it's already 21 minutes in. Okay, let's do a mini meditation. Let's go into your fear. Let's take a deep breath in. And release. When you take a deep breath in and you enjoy imagining light or seeing light and feeling light, go for it. Just imagine light just all around your body or coming in through the crown of the head. Whatever you feel, that's good. I love it coming through the crown of my head. And release. And a third deep breath in. And release. We've started so hot and heavy talking about trusting our intuition, and we go into recognizing that life's experiences have sometimes hit us in a way that's created different feelings, different beliefs, different thoughts. Many of us have already connected with fear. Fear. So I invite you to connect with your fear. And I invite you to go through from any of your four bodies. Your physical body is if you feel physically the fear right now, go straight to there. Go to that body and surf. As if you're surfing in the ocean. I want you to not overindulge in the feeling, but I want you to just be friendly with the feeling. See it, smell it, taste it. Just get really intimate with it from a place of curiosity, a place of love, a place of intrigue. Enjoy that fear in a way that you never have. Say, oh, there you are, fear. I've always resisted you and felt that you were bad, but now I recognize that you're here to teach me. If you want to come in directly from fear, that you just know that that's fear. If you come in just from fear, try to get a taste of what the physical sensations are. Is it in your jaw, your chest, your shoulders? Do you carry it through your whole body? Start to really deconstruct the emotion called fear with the physical sensations. If you want to enter your fear through your thoughts, something that's been disturbing you, like Rita's story that she shared with us. Steve recognizing that there's a thought but not knowing the thought, and just sort of surfing in the mind and like looking at that thought, asking that thought, I see you, help me connect with you. Thought, what are you trying to tell me? Thought, how am I supposed to grow from you? I can feel the fear, I can see the fear, I can taste the fear, but help me understand the thought. What am I scared of? Is there a certain incident? Is there an experience? Is it a person? Is it specific? Is it general? If you do see a specific story, see if you can go more general to what that general underlying story is that's made up of the specific stories. So, an incident where you realize I'm fearful of being alone. An incident where you realize that I'm fearful of being bad, fearful of being judged. And if you want to enter through your beliefs, that your belief that life is scary, we don't know what's going to happen when we die, whatever it might be, these beliefs of the unkindness of the human journey, go through there. Enjoy the sensations, and no matter what body you came in through, deconstruct, separate the physical from the emotional, from the mental, from the egoic, and start to see each of them for what they are. If you're having difficulty doing it, just relax and just realize, can't do this wrong. There is nothing that I can do wrong. I'm just investigating. I'm just understanding. I'm just exploring. And I know the truth will come to me when I'm ready to receive the truth. I know the answers are going to come to me when I'm ready to receive the answers. So if all I do is float between my body and experience my physical sensations and explore the feeling and the taste of fear and just look at my thoughts and just start to become curious about my beliefs, I'm doing great. I'm becoming aware. I'm just becoming aware. And freedom and happiness and purpose and alignment, peace and joy, airi, the Jamaican word airi, all just comes from awareness. It all starts with awareness. And once we start to become aware and acknowledging the deeper meaning, acknowledging that life is meant for us to grow, then we can let go. And if you're having trouble visualizing or feeling, just trust your body. If you haven't been used to going into your body, just might not want to talk to you. If your body and you don't trust each other, it might not give up information so freely. And just enjoy just thawing out the body, thawing out the emotions, thawing out the thoughts. Now everybody, if you connected to fear, what I want you to do is just let it go. Take a deep breath in and release. Take a deep breath in and release. Take a deep breath in and release. Okay, how's everybody feeling? I see that there's a lot of comments and resistance, which is totally okay. I've spoke to some of them during the meditation, but I'm going to go in deeper now. I'm going to speak to them. But first I'm going to read Ari. We're all just walking each other home. Rumi. I love Rumi. I love Rumi. And I have a dear friend who sends me regularly Rumi quotes. And I just love when they're simple and I love when they're deep. And I have to read them 3 or 4 or 5 times to understand what Rumi was saying. Andrea says, hello, Manal and everyone. So Steve, I don't want to say it because if it's weird, this is really hard. They go hand in hand, overlap or something. And I think what you're saying, they go over and have the fear and the thought. The fear and the thought, they do. But what we want to do is deconstruct. If these are thoughts, I'm not aware of them. This is what comes up. Don't see me. Beautiful, Steve. Fantastic. Don't see me. So I believe, based on what I know of your past, is that you want to still be hidden. Don't see me. There's a fear of being seen. 2, don't touch me. Fantastic. Not feeling safe. The pain of the first expression is immeasurable. Nothing that is actually what's inside out of thought. Not thinking that it is actually what's inside out of thought. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean in that literally, but I understand what you mean figuratively. But this is really powerful, Steve, and it's having and bringing. So Terry says, why do this? It's so hard having trouble visualizing. So first of all, if you have trouble visualizing, use whatever sense. I might use a language. What I want you to start to do, and this is a tool that I use in life, is start filtering or replacing. So if I say see, but you actually feel it instead of seeing it. If I say hear, but you're a feeler, go and feel it. I'm actually, even though I say imagine, I'm not an imaginer, I'm a feeler. So it's so funny that I usually say imagine this and whatever, so I'm conditioned by my language, but I am a feeler. And so when they say imagine the light coming in, I feel green light and blue light and red light and yellow light and gold light and platinum light. I can't see the light as green color, but I know that I can feel light as green, if that makes any sense. So Terry, why do this? We do this because it's awareness. Steve felt fear but didn't know what it is. And then when he dug deep and went in, he could start to see that there is a conditioning from his past that says, I'm not even comfortable being seen. I don't want to be touched. So some deep conditioning that until we become aware of it, we cannot release it. 2, we're not comfortable with our bodies. We're not comfortable. We have so many self-image issues. We have so many collectively as a society, whether individually we do or we don't. You guys can all speak to me and share with me and tell me whether you agree or not. But collectively, as a humanity, as a human, there's so many self-image problems, body image problems, mental image problems, identity issues. And that's all because we are not accepting and allowing and aware of ourselves. We're not comfortable with ourselves. We're not comfortable with our bodies. We're not comfortable with our emotions. We're not comfortable with our minds. We're not comfortable with our beliefs because we have been conditioned that everything is there's an opposition, there's a resistance, there's a fear, there's an insecurity, there's a lack of worthiness, there's confidence, freedom. So the way that you recondition is by becoming intimate with yourself. Going quiet and going deep. And being willing to connect with yourself, to see yourself, to feel yourself. And then you can move to love yourself. When you have all of this resistance within you, it's hard to love. When you break down all of the emotions, the feelings, the physicality, you can start to melt and find that love and that compassion. And that's where the freedom is. So Terry, tell me how that felt. Everybody tell me if that resonated. And that ultimately what we want to do is become comfortable with ourselves, comfortable with our pasts, comfortable with our experiences, and take out in a safe way all of the things that have been buried in us. Because we bury our past. If we cannot process experiences and emotions, we bury them within our body, and then we get sick, we get autoimmune diseases, we get cancer, we get different ailments, and that's all because we have not been aware and allowing and honoring and loving ourselves and our bodies. Okay, everybody, talk to me. How does that feel? How does that feel? Does that resonate? Are we connecting? Are we connecting? Steve, I'm not thinking it's like not in thought. my mind had something, but I don't remember ever saying things like that ever. It's just don't touch me times 15. Beautiful. So Steve, you buried it. You buried it. You buried it. And what we're doing every dung, 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 dung is making it come out. And making it come out is a bad word. It's allowing it to be seen. Your number one was don't see me, don't touch me. There was an immense fear that was built into you that you made yourself invisible. And when you speak to yourself, you're still invisible. And when you come in and you see that in your mind, what it does is it frees those thoughts. And then we're going to align with your inner power and your inner being and then come out and see yourself and feel yourself. And again, every time we talk, you start to share more, and it's more about you than them. In the beginning, it was about them. And now it's about me, 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 me. And that's how we get in. And that's how we find freedom. And that's how we get love and compassion. And aligned with our intuition. And trusting in life and truth in ourselves. Steve, how does that feel? Everybody, how does that feel? Terry, I see you have a comment, so I'm going to come to it after Sporty Jen. Fear of letting go of the unknown, making a mistake, aware of what I need to do, express my repressed feelings. I know that they are in there intuitively. And Sporty Jen, so far I liked everything. I liked all of the awareness, but I'm going to shift one word. There's no need. It's getting to do. It's getting to do. It's getting to do. The growth and the expansion. So I just want to switch that need. I know why. That need, at first I wasn't sure why, but now I know. That need is a judgment on yourself. There's no judgment. This is the human journey. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is how we're growing. And we're only going to grow. We take, maybe it's stairs. Maybe we're in a rocket. Maybe we're taking an airplane. I don't know what vehicle we're in, but whatever it is, there's an ascension. And that ascension, you're on that journey. Rocket ship still has to ascend upwards. Stair steps, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Airplane, it goes sort of like more smooth than a rocket that goes straight up. But whatever it is, there's an ascension. And your life is ascension. Okay, maybe let's Sporty journal. Yes, reword need. Yes, reword need. No, don't reword need. Re-feel need. There is no judgment. You're exactly where you need to be. You're growing as you need to grow. You're aware, and your feelings are going to come out in a time that's best for your highest good. You're on your journey. You're doing exactly what you're meant to be. You're doing fantastic. Let go of the judgment and go to acceptance. Go to celebration of yourself. Go to, I know I'm doing all the right things and I'm doing it. So fear of letting go of the unknown, making mistakes, aware of what I get to do, aware of what the next steps are, aware of my growth and expansion, express my repressed feelings. I know that they are there intuitively. Beautiful. I know they are there intuitively. And maybe your need meant differently than the way I read it, but I want it all to be we get to do this. This is life journey. We're not broken. Nothing is wrong. We are living the architecture of the life journey and we're figuring it out together. But the body has such a strong physical body reaction. Yes, because you closed it down. You repressed it for so long. We put it in there and we wouldn't allow ourselves to think it, to feel it. We just went like this. I can't deal. And so it's going to take a little time for us to allow it to thaw. Thought. So today my analogy keeps coming about frozen key lime pie. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my God, when I make myself laugh, I don't know if it's all, you guys are all quiet over there, but I make myself laugh. I shut down, get angry, or I avoid, hide. I felt it in my chest, gut, shoulders, and jaw. Fantastic. Celebrate that. Celebrate. So Sporty Jen, everything that you said is a celebration. And more and more and more, you're becoming aware of the physicality of your emotional response. And that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. Terry said, why are we doing this? We're doing this because Sporty Jen and Steve are two great examples right now that are showing us that they locked it all in their bodies and they're living a life of repressed happiness because we're not able to acknowledge what's going on. We're not willing to acknowledge it. So Terry, yes, used to be in charge and run things no matter the tragedy or horror around me. Yes, don't trust my body or disconnect. Beautiful. That's why we do this. And the reason you ask me is why do we do this? Because it feels really bad. I'm like, this does not feel good. Steve even's like, used to be like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? This does not feel good. Why are we doing this? And we're doing this because that's how we get free. From going out, we go in. Go out and we go in. And if we haven't learned how to go in the beginning, it's going to hurt. In the beginning, it might be uncomfortable. In the beginning, it might be unfamiliar. But after a while, when I just go like this, hey guys, let's take a deep breath in. Everybody will be so excited and anticipating that moment of silence. Feeling the energy and feeling the vibration just increase and feeling all of our desire for growth and our self-acceptance that we have not achieved in the longest time. And then we feel the love towards each other and love towards our past, and we start to see things from a place as is. Not bad, not good, just is. And it feels so good. So good. Cecilia, I think you came into the room and said something, and I don't think it was during meditation. I don't think I said hi. Just arrived. Hi, Manal. Yes. It was actually after Steve. So maybe I was getting there or maybe I wasn't. But is it raining? I don't think it's raining, but there was a bit of funny energy that was going on behind with the wind going up and picking up. But maybe it's raining leaves. I feel like singing It's Raining Men and in the tune of It's Raining Leaves. But I will save you all. Okay, so let's get rid of judgment in everything that we're doing. Even if there's resistance on resistance on resistance on resistance, there is nothing to judge. Because it was all conditioning, and we're going to compassionately love ourselves. Compassion. My new course, the Compassion series. We're going to compassionately love ourselves. Love ourselves. And love our experiences. So Sporty Jen, yes, need is my expectation to do it. I must do it. It is strong. Yeah, no, I get to do it. This is a human journey. Life is great. Everything is fantastic. Things are what it's meant to be. I'm on this journey and having fun. Every time I say work, I recondition ourselves to say fun. This is work, no, this is fun. This is work, no, this is fun. This is work, no, this is fun. This is fun. It's the human journey. And the more that we're surrounded with like-minded people who want to grow and who want to expand together, we realize, oh, wow, this is fun. This is great. This is interesting. This is intriguing. This is intriguing. This blows me away. And when you start to have the aha moments, you're like, oh my God, wow, here's an aha. And that feels so fabulously amazing. So fabulously amazing. Katie, so glad I got up early. Everything is spot on, of course. Wondering if we'll meditate together. Thank you. Katie, I'm glad you got up. And we just did a mini micro meditation. And if everybody's ready for it, we'll do another one at the end and just get us back into calibration and just absolutely just wrap ourselves up for a beautiful Thursday. Did you guys realize on Tuesday, I kept thinking it was Thursday, but actually after we finished on Tuesday, and I think it took me till Wednesday to realize that it was actually yesterday was Tuesday, not Thursday. But today I know it's Thursday, and we'll get ourselves all pumped up and ready for the weekend. Cecilia, sounds like raining leaves. Exactly, raining leaves. Steve, response to how it feels. Feels like I'm not aware of being awareness. I'm not aware of being awareness. I'm not aware of being awareness. That's interesting because when you say you don't see me and don't touch me, it's not being. So I'm not aware of being awareness. That you have hidden yourself so well that you're not aware of being. This is really intensely insightful, Steve. And does anybody else relate to the aware of, I'm not aware of being awareness? That's even stronger than being and feeling alone. That's even stronger than feeling alone. It's not even aware of being. It's like I have muted and turned myself off and hidden myself and not wanted to be so seen that I'm not even aware of being, aware, not awareness. Steve, am I saying it right? I'm not aware of being awareness. Your awareness is I'm not aware of being, that you're not even existing, that I'm not being. No ground or source like in the middle of me. Feels like nothing, like I'm a thing. Very painful. I believe I'm the thing at it and nothing. Please tell me what the H I'm feeling. I think you're feeling that you have turned yourself off completely because you have never felt a sense of safety and security. I think that you are feeling that the safest way to survive in life is by actually being unseen. It's like it's the ostrich who sticks his head in the sand, and like, if I don't acknowledge that I see you, you can't see me. So you're refusing to see yourself so nobody can see you. Don't see me, don't touch me. And if I don't see me, you can't see me. You're acting like an ostrich. So fantastic. You're become aware that your coping mechanism, and we've talked about it a lot of time, but now it's coming out stronger to you because you've associated the fear with it. So it's the fear of being seen, and your way of not being seen was to not see yourself. To not see yourself. Safety. I equate safety with not being, really existing. Again, not a thought. Beautiful. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. It's, what is it? If it's not a thought, I think it's a feeling. This is the feeling that your fear, and what is your fear of? Your fear of being seen. So how did you cope with your fear of being seen? By saying, I do not be. I am not being. Yes, it's a kind of feeling. Fantastic. So fantastic. So this is all fantastic. Everything that you're aware of. And does anybody relate to this? Can anybody relate to this? I think it's a amped up steroid version of feeling alone. It's just, I think it's more than that. I think it's turning yourself off. Christine, or like a robot, or only a spirit. Yeah, I think so. I think it's just turning off all. And it's turning off being seen. Like, some people will at least hold on to their emotions or the beliefs or their mind or their self-comfort. But many people have a desire to be seen. So when I speak to many people, many of my clients, there's a repetitive feeling of not being seen and wanting to be seen. Steve, you took it a step further to saying, I won't see me. Because if I don't see me, they can't see me. And so what I invite, and Christine, that's wonderful insight. Some people do the same thing by becoming robotic. By, instead of not being seen, they're like, oh, I'm only going to let you see me the way that I perceive that you want to see me, or society wants to see me. So they become detached from their truth, detached from who they are. Sporty Jen, it's like when you say you're not normal, you're defective, your family is dysfunctional, you carry all the shame or embarrassment, humiliation, so you don't trust yourself to be seen. Absolutely. Or you warp yourself, you're a chameleon to be whatever the group is, and you're not. But instead of chameleoning, it's like, I'm not even gonna see myself, I'm invisible. And if I'm invisible, then they can't see me. So in all of these, whatever the way it's that coping mechanism is expressed, being invisible, being robotic, not being true to yourself, considering yourself not formal, not normal, or dysfunctional, it's about shifting, becoming aware of it. You have to become aware of it. And then coming into a place of recognition of I am. Of maybe connecting with nature and seeing the trees. Whatever the conduit is for you to ultimately reconnect to truth. To truth. So Gary says, Manal, I think Steve's negativity is overwhelming him maybe. So maybe we can offer Steve, are these awarenesses or feelings? So right now, are you sharing us with how you feel or the awareness that you received when you went into your feeling? That's number one. And I want everybody to share with me. Are you feeling your feelings or is these awarenesses? So number one. Number two, I want everybody to ask and to help me. What is truth? What is truth? So Steve says that there is non-existence. I am not being. What is truth? What is truth? I can share my truths. My truth is I am. My truth is I am my purpose. My truth is I'm unconditionally worthy and free and love, happy, joy. My truth is I recognize I'm on the human journey. So even though these are my truths, I recognize that sometimes I do not think or feel it. I recognize when I don't think or feel the truths that I know are my truths, that this is part of the human journey and I get to learn how to calibrate back to my truths. So I have a sense of compassion. My truth is when I am in struggle, I try to, and I don't like to use that word often, I'll go in rather than out, rather than blame the circumstances. I'll go in. I still might need to create healthy boundaries with the relationships that I have because we're all human. But I still go in to understand where I don't feel like I'm good enough, where I feel like I'm imperfect, where I feel like I want to be seen, where I feel like I want to be appreciated. So these are my truths. Cool. Everybody talk to me about your truths. What are your truths? Sporty Jen. Yes, I had to get drunk when I went out with friends. I drunk a lot, pretended to be the life and soul, and that then got really upset and hid. Fantastic. And this is normal coping. This is normal coping. And Steve always has extreme expression of coping because of the extreme insecure life that has initially conditioned him. And that's because there's an extreme expression of truth that is ready to come out. So Steve, everybody talk to me. What do we know the truths are? Do we know? What do we know? And I think Katie maybe led that today's meditation will be about connecting with truth. Because today, trusting your intuition, it's all about truth. It's all be aligned with truth. It's all be aligned with the truth of the beauty of who we are individually and collectively. So I'm going to pause because I really want everybody to share what their truths are. Or if you prefer, because I know not everybody likes to type sometimes, I'm going to offer some truths. And I'd like with hearts or yeses or words, if you'd like to create the intention of adopting some of these truths. So truth one, I am my life purpose. Okay, no, I'm going to go more simple. Truth one, I am a human and I am humaning. I am here on the human journey, humaning. I am humaning. Okay, I'm seeing the hearts. Fantastic. Yes, fantastic. So we all agree that although there might be cats and monkeys and different in our little profile pics, we are all human. And butterflies, we're all human and we're humaning. And this is just a normal part of the expression of being human. Fantastic. And then now, here's a truth. The truth is that the natural part of the human journey is conditioning. And this conditioning makes me feel like I'm bad, I'm a victim, I'm not seen, that things are painful. There's different conditioning, but this is human conditioning. This is the human journey. Who wants to join me on that truth? that whatever has happened is a normal part of human conditioning. This is normal. This is the architecture and design of life. And if anybody has any trouble adopting these beliefs, put that in the window if we want to talk to it. Okay? So here's another belief. Perfect. Getting the hearts. Another belief is I have the opportunity to grow and shift from every experience that I have had. So conditioning has happened and I get to grow and expand from it. Let's see if we like those truths. Okay? Seeing the hearts. We like those truths. Fantastic. Another truth. I recognize I'm my life purpose. I look for purpose sometimes. I try to connect with my purpose sometimes. And I am my life's purpose. I am my life's purpose. I'm going to stop looking for purpose, questioning my purpose, judging my purpose, being mad that I'm not expressing my purpose, and just recognize I'm my life's purpose. Got the hearts going, and I got Cecilia's with her hands up. Fantastic. Fantastic. So our purpose. Now, our growth, our expression, our desire in this human, yes, Cecilia. You mean just being? Yes, Cecilia. Just by being, we're living our life's purpose. Just by being. You and 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 me and me and me and me and me, all of us. We are a life purpose. We do not need to look. All of this thing is finding your life purpose. What's my life purpose? Who is my purpose? Am I expressing my purpose? Yes, yes, yes. We're all here expressing our purpose. Every single one of us. Every single one of us. Nancy likes it with all her purple hearts, and Cecilia says thank you with a beautiful red heart. Beautiful. We're all our life's purpose. Boom. Don't need to look. You don't need a question. Don't need a judge. Any of those books that say, hey, finding your life purpose, don't need it anymore. I'm my life purpose. Now, part of the human journey, part of our root, our purpose is calibrating to unconditional love, freedom, and worthiness. So I am unconditionally worthy. I am unconditionally free. And I am unconditionally loved. Okay, give me the hearts on this one. Geraldine, just on. Manal and friends, we're happy to have you. Fantastic. And we're talking about truths, and this one's the stickiest truth, but I think from the way that we built up the story, I hope I am. Doesn't mean I know it always. Doesn't mean that I feel it always. Doesn't mean that I'm living it always, but I am. I am. I am. Because if we can have these truths, when we go in, and Terry's like, why are we going into our bodies? This is so uncomfortable. It's like, well, because we go into our bodies because we look for things that contradict this truth. And that's just the normal human experience. That's just what conditioning is. And when we find what contradicts this truth, we say, I found a puzzle piece. I found a puzzle piece. I found a conditioning. And it started when I was a baby. And it started when I was in the womb. My mom felt this way. And you know what? My mom's mom felt this way, and my mom's mom felt this way. And this is fantastic. I found a clue to help me understand myself. And it becomes fantastic, becomes fun, becomes liberating, becomes empowering, and it becomes what I keep talking about, celebrating our humanness, celebrating our lives, honoring our path, attaining our authentic life, expressing our truth, and what's today's subject? Trusting your intuition, trusting your knowing, trusting the other dimension, trusting, because now we trust and love everything. Okay, good. How does this feel? How's this feel? Any other truth that anybody wants to say? The truth is, so Sporty Jen, the truth is, what happened in my life was not my fault. Exactly. And this is what we started off with Rita. And I don't know if Rita's still on because we talked about it and she said that she felt it was her fault. And now we come back almost an hour later and we're talking about it's not my fault. So how many of us are taking fault with the life that we have? That's a good one. Let's make a live stream on this. I'm going to write it down right now. It's fault. Something about fault. Life is not my fault. Not my fault. Something about that. I just wrote it down, guys. Wrote it down. Not my fault. So the truth is, what happened in my life was not my fault. It was not my dad's fault. Yes, yes, yes. It happened because we were all conditioned by our egos, responded by blaming and judging. Yes. Intellectually, I get it. That's fine. It starts with the intellect. Again, I talked about earlier on that I'm going to start to define the phases and start to go from how we go from unaware to aware and what that journey looks like. And starts with intellectually. And then we work into the feelings by going quiet. When Terry's like, why are we doing this? This is why we're doing it. So we can start to shift. And then we see the contradiction. And then we see, well, I'm going to affirm a truth. I intellectually know this. And then you intellectually know it because you actually intuitively know it. You intellectually get it because it feels like truth. Because how do you know it feels like truth? Because it feels good. How much relief does it have to have compassion towards your dad versus the anger towards him? Tell me, Sporty Jen, and everybody, how much compassion. It doesn't mean that you're not going to put boundaries in your physical life. It doesn't mean that you're still going to have to live physically in certain ways until life calibrates to the truth of what you're actually knowing. But how does it not feel to have compassion towards your past and the people of your past rather than anger and resistance and victim? Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me. Everybody tell me. Amanda, worthy. We are all worthy. And everybody talks about looking for confidence, and confidence is about worthiness. Confidence is the physical expression of our worthiness. We're all worthy. We're all worthy. We're all worthy. We're all worthy on this level, but our conditioning has taught us otherwise. And then us as humans, we get to human to figure out that we're actually worthy and then try to live the life and express that life of worthiness. How does that feel? Cecilia, here's to human beings and being human. And that's where I want us all to be. That no longer do we see that life is hard and we're struggling and this is difficult and how do we do and what do? We recognize, here's to being human. Here's to being human beings. Here's to my past. Here's to my future. Amanda, to be honest, sometimes it feels unnatural because of conditioning. Amanda, dig deeper. Dig deeper. Go to me and tell me, share with me more what that feels like. To be honest, sometimes it feels unnatural because of conditioning. What feels unnatural? Go deeper, go deeper. I like what you're saying. But I'd prefer to love and see the good in all, not blame others. Beautiful. I think what you're saying is that you might intellectually desire that, but it still doesn't feel. And that's the journey. Again, what's the analogy that I said earlier, that we go to kindergarten with letters and we start reading words and then we start to make sentences? This is the letters. We're on the letter phase. This is putting together the letters. Oh, the human journey is about this. Got it on this level. Struggling on this level. Definitely not feeling it on this level. And absolutely not living it on my physical level. So believe it on my belief level, struggling on my knowing level, on my mental level, definitely not feeling it on my emotional level, and my physical level, it's not living it yet. But it's okay, because it starts with one level adopting it. And then that muscle's enough to carry the next level to calibrate to it. And then we allow this level to calibrate to it. And then our physical level is the last one, usually, to catch up. And that's what manifestation is. But it's not through efforting. It's not through efforting. It's through compassion to the humaning. The human in experience. Everything that we're talking about is when you get into alignment, then the life that you desire starts to be built. You manifest, you create, you feel the life that you desire. But it starts now. Okay? Woo! Terry, I'm a granny now. I feel my purpose is to see that the babies are safe and can care for and protect themselves. They're amazing little girls. Fantastic. And that's what I love about generations, that when we're still maybe at a certain age, we're still less aware. And then when you start to age, it's that cycle of life where you realize, oh my goodness, I get to create that security and that love and that safety for that generation. And then I start to cultivate that. And then you start to get these little beings to have conditioning that feels the safety and feels the security and feels the care that maybe it wouldn't have felt. Maybe it wouldn't have felt if there wasn't a generation that went through and started to recognize her purpose and her worthiness and the beauty of who she is. This is the beauty of the human journey. This is the cycle. And it just sort of shows the conditioning that you condition, you're unaware, you become aware, and then you start to be part of the conditioning of others to show what love and safety and security feels like. Beautiful. Terry, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, I think I've missed some things. Amanda was talking about what it feels unnatural about. I will get to that. Sporty Jen, for the first time this year, I placed flowers on his headstone. Beautiful. That's beautiful, Sporty Jen. Absolutely beautiful. I felt guilty I did not treat my dad the same way when visiting the rest of family at their graves. My reaction has always been different to Dad. Fantastic. And Sporty Jen, honor, I think Terry's saying I'm a grandma now, and now I'm tending to my babies to make sure that the babies have good conditioning. Just sort of honor the cycle, and that, yes, it was natural for you to have resistance and anger and to project that onto your father. His conditioning didn't allow you to get what all of us are worthy of, which is unconditional worthiness and freedom and love. And his human was not bad, it was conditioned. And for you to feel that externally towards him is one of the gifts of the human journey until you learn to go internally and to recognize, oh, this is more of the bigger play. I'm not an individual piece and my dad's not an individual piece. There's a big puzzle at play. And we were just sort of playing out the part of what the human journey is about together. And actually, on a soul level, we are so connected, and I wonder if I'll see him in another life, or if we were together in other lives. That's when it starts to get spicy and fun for me. Whether you believe of future and past, and you're like, oh, this is where it starts to get fun. That maybe my dad is coming to be my daughter, or maybe my dad is coming to be my brother. Maybe brother is a bit wrong in the time, generational time, but anyway, a friend. Maybe your dad is roaming around and he's somebody in that you're still connecting with. This is fun when you start to think about it on a soul spirit level. If you believe in that, I enjoy having fun believing that. Okay, beautiful, Sporty Jen. I love that you're starting to have compassion, because when you start to have compassion for others, the world is a mirror to how we feel about yourself. So ultimately that means is you're starting to have compassion towards yourself, your life experience, and you as a being. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Amanda, but I'd prefer to love and see the good in all, not blame others. Beautiful. And I think I already spoke to it. It's about shifting. It's about recognizing. It's about going through. It's about the different levels. It's all part of the natural human journey. And we're going to do it with fun. We're going to, Geraldine just put in something with the hat, the boys, fun and celebrating. It is fun, and it is fantastic, and it's awesome. So yes, exactly, rewiring. Okay, and I talked to Terry, Dean, and Geraldine gave us a beautiful clap and flowers. Terry, thank you for lifting that curtain of understanding. Beautiful, beautiful. I just love how fascinating the cycle is. How fascinating, from unaware to awareness, from external to internal, and then we get to seeds. Our next generations are seeds. They're flowers. So it blooms, and then we get to water it so the next flowers can bloom. I don't know if that analogy was done in the right sequence, but I think you guys get it. Guest, I don't know if that guest is Gina or a different guest. My siblings are all adults now and have gone through the same abuse. I've dealt with it, but they have not. I feel guilty that I'm not able to help better or move to a better place. Any suggestions? Okay, guest. Beautiful. First of all, you're beautiful. And this is why I always say that we all have different conditioning, that no matter what the experience that we have had, your siblings, even though they may have had mostly the same physical experience because of your birth order, because of your personality, because of different factors, you still have digested and lived life differently. So I absolutely love it and love your awareness and love your growth orientation. And one of my clients had a really difficult growing up, really difficult childhood, and has achieved things that her siblings haven't. And it's normal to have guilt, survivor's guilt. It's a survivor's guilt. It's no different than survival's guilt. It's like, oh no, I made it and they didn't. And you know what it boils down to? You know what it boils down to? My beautiful guest, Blue G guest, what it boils down to? Worthiness. Worthiness. Why am I worthy of my awareness and they're not worthy of awareness? So that guilt is all about worthiness. Worthiness. And so there's a judgment on self about you not being worthy. Can you extrapolate to that? Beautiful G guest, beautiful G blue guest. Can you extrapolate to that? I see the hearts and I see that Amanda said worthiness. Yes. So I want you to get to that. And all of you, if you have survivor's guilt of any fashion that beautiful G guest described, can you feel that it all comes down to you being and feeling unworthy? And that you doubt your worthiness. Because if you had agreement, connection with your worthiness, you wouldn't feel guilty that you're free and somebody isn't. But you would want to be a mirror, a reflection, a compassion, a love. When you have full worthiness, so I guess I'm answering your question now, beautiful guest, that when you have worthiness and alignment, that you've made it and you are worthy and everything is okay and you're aware and you've let go of the past. And then instead of seeing your siblings from guilt or less than, and you're better than them because you've made it and they haven't, and where they are is bad, but where you are is good, and you let go of all that judgment, and then you just have compassion and love to the human journey. You have curiosity, and you have this inquisitive nature to like, what is it that I did to become aware? How did I shift to become aware? How do I not see them less than me? How do I not judge their journey as bad but different? Unique. You're not better than they are, because the guilt means that you feel better than they are, but really you feel better than they are, but really you don't feel worthy, because if you felt worthy, you wouldn't feel that it have to compare you to them. So how, suggestions? Connect with the beauty of who you are. Just from the beginning, I called you beautiful guest, beautiful G, beautiful blue G. I could feel the radiance of your spirit. Just connect with your beauty. Recognize that you have a judgment on yourself and on them. Recognize that you judge that you're good and that they're bad. And it might be not that literal, but that you made it and that they didn't, that you're happy and they're in struggle, whatever that yin and yang is. And then start to see that life is just beautiful and everybody's on their journey. And, Amanda's saying, taking responsibility for your own life, and that you're aligned with your inner power, and that you see their inner power, and that you trust when the time is best for their highest good, that they'll align with their inner power. And don't make them weak. See them as strong. See them in their life journey. See them from a place of strength. Every single one of you, when you share your stories, I see you from a place of strength. To the point of, I have been criticized by my dear ones watching my inspirations, who sometimes say, Manal, somebody said something, and you said fantastic. And I'm like, did it come out wrong? The fantastic is your ability to become aware. The fantastic is I do not feel sorry for any of you in your life journeys. I know that your life journeys are your life journeys to teach you and for you to grow. That I recognize that if you're here sharing it, that means that you have a light bulb going on and you're moving towards freedom. There is nothing to feel sorry for anybody. Nobody. And when we went through a divorce, my son, who was at the time 11, had the insight to say, I don't want people to know because I don't want them to feel sorry for me. There is nothing in my life that anybody should feel sorry for me. I am fortunate. My 11-year-old son had the insight. And so when I talk to the mothers, I would say, this is what's going on. Yusuf shares when he wants to share. I usually don't say my kids' names, but I said it. My son will share when he wants, not that people can't find it. But anyway, my son shares when he wants to share, but I would really honor if you would speak to your children and ensure that they don't feel sorry for him, that they don't see him as less than, they don't see him as in suffer and struggle, because we are supported by such a strong infrastructure. We have so much love, we have so much fortune, and he does not want to feel an inkling of less than. And all three of my kids went through the life and went through it without that feeling of feeling sorry. And it was not part of a storyline that was added to us. So in that same vein, I don't feel sorry for anybody. Don't feel sorry for your pasts. I don't feel sorry for your gaslighting, for your narcissists, for your pain. I feel compassion and love. I feel the opportunity to fuel growth and expansion. I feel absolutely love. I feel honor. I feel excitement for being together here, for us to uncover the clues so we can have that aha moment together. I feel excitement and like goosebumps when somebody has an insight. I'm like, yes, 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 yes. I love when somebody shares and then everybody says, and me too. So Sporty Jen says, totally agree. Me and my twin. So Sporty Jen has survivor's guilt too. And that from Ginny, who is beautiful G, brought it out. And so she's like, it's like feeling pain is my punishment for surviving. Exactly. It's lack of worthiness. And so Ginny, guest did say, yes, it is Ginny. Beautiful Ginny says, I feel guilty. And then Sporty Jen says, me too. And then Amanda says, well, this is how I relate. And then we all relate, and then we all free because we recognize this is human. It's normal. It's called survivor's guilt. It means I'm not worthy because I feel good and I feel like I shouldn't. I get it. I get it. And I get it here. I still don't feel it, but it doesn't matter. My bodies catch up. I'm not going to judge time. Intuition. I keep coming back. I try to keep coming to what today's title is. Intuition. What did I define it as? It was a immediate knowing, a conscious awareness, immediate. So there's a time factor that happens when we're human. Honor the time that clicks from here to here to here. Honor the time from here to here to here to here. Honor it. Don't hold it. Don't limit it. Don't minimize it. Honor it. Honor. Honor everybody's journey. Honor your journey. Honor the time. Honor your bodies. Honor the journey. Honor the process. Honor the feelings. Honor it. Honor each other. Honor yourself. Just honor it. Honor it. Okay, beautiful. Woo! So, Amanda, staying away from victim mentality, that's ego-based. Yes, it's ego-based. It's also story-based. Sometimes I think it's part of the mind, and sometimes it's both. It depends how you're holding it, but it can be both. So it's fantastic. When thoughts and feelings come from your soul, you notice how beautiful life is. Exactly. Trust life. Trust the beauty. Trust the universe. Trust your knowings. Trust your emotions. Trust your thoughts. Trust, you guys, give me hearts on this one. Trust your conditioning. Trust your conditioning. Trust your conditioning. Everything that happens is part of conditioning, and trust it. And rather than resist it, ask it, how am I meant to learn? Cecilia gave me the whoa. Exactly. Trust our conditioning. Trust the conditioning. Now, if I started this inspiration an hour and 18 minutes ago, the time is right in my face. I'm not keeping time. It's one of the things that InsightTimer has right in front of me. So that's why I wouldn't even have time, but they have it there. Right here. Right here. If I said from the beginning, everybody would be like, huh? It took us an hour and 18 for us to get to a point to say that we could trust our conditioning. If I said it from the very beginning, there would be a lot of resistance. And Rita started us big and heavy. I don't know if she's still here. I hope she is still here. Started us heavy, but with a desire for growth and alignment with their intuition. So yeah, trust our conditioning. Trust our conditioning. Trust that everything that is happening for a reason. Trust that the human journey is for a reason. Trust that we're here. Trust and recognize, doesn't feel good. Does not feel good. That's not bad. It's feeling. That's helping me guide me to truth. I'm not going to resist it like I used to. I'm going to honor it and ask it, what does it want me to learn? How can I let go? Can I surrender? I haven't used the word surrender today yet, I don't think. How can I accept? How can I align with truth? Yep, Geraldine, trust your social conditioning. That doesn't mean trust. When I say trust your conditioning, I don't mean trust that black is bad and white is good. Don't trust that X is this and Y is this. Trust that everything that has happened to you has happened for a purpose. And that purpose is growth and expansion. And that you will look at everything and calibrate back to truth. It's trust that your conditioning, I don't like the word societal conditioning, your human conditioning. So the context of conditioning that I'm using is the life stories, that all the stories that that we sponged when we're babies and as to our date. Cecilia, everything is for you, not to you. There is a reason for everything. We might not understand it, but we will one day. Amanda, surrender isn't a bad thing. Surrendering is trusting. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Amanda, you took us on a nice journey for this one. Guest, who is Ginny? Yes, it's Ginny. I understand what you're saying. I know it's their life, but it's creating fear, anxiety every time they reach out for money or get them out of a bad situation. I have to say no. Okay, guest, that's just beautiful work that you need to do. I don't know if you were here in the beginning when we went into fear, and I think it's already, we're going to go into a meditation very soon. If you all like, let me know if you would like to. But by creating fear and anxiety, calibrate, in your journey to awareness, look at that fear and anxiety and be in alignment with your no rather than having to say no. So the having to say no is an efforting of no. It's an efforting of no. I don't want efforting of no. I want alignment with your no. And the way you get into alignment with your no is being aware of that fear and anxiety when they ask you for money. Get into alignment. Look into your fear and anxiety. Anxiety is a fear that we don't want to acknowledge. Recognize that fear, the fear of your worthiness, or whatever you want that, not what you want it to be, whatever you are aware that fear is. Go into that fear. Ginny, what is that fear? Everybody, what is that fear? If you're feeling a fear that Ginny has brought out into you, what is that fear? Fear of being bad? Fear of being alone, maybe, that Rita said earlier. Fear of, tell me what that fear is, and go into that fear. Go into that fear. Get into the alignment and then say yes or no as is appropriate. Don't block you in no. Even if you say no, 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 no every single time, it doesn't have to be a no. It doesn't have to be a no. So Ginny, tell me how that feels, if that has given you direction for you. Christine, I realized during your meditation that I was really scared of ignoring my fears. That's anxiety. That's what anxiety is when we're fear. So Christine, I feel worthy when I pay attention to feel and attend to my feelings. Fantastic, fantastic. That's why we go in. Our body gives us God. He gives us, our body gives us beautiful information. And we can only get it when we're silent. And going back to intuition, we only get it when we trust our bodies. When we are used to going into our bodies. When we're used to feeling our bodies. When we're used to aligning with our bodies. When we're used to hearing our bodies. And meditation and feeling into our four bodies is one of the first steps into getting into that alignment. Cecilia, love your energy, dear Manal. Thank you, Cecilia, and I love your energy too. When you're like, I've arrived, I'm here, let's go. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Amanda, not that the whole ego was bad, but the negative side of it, like blame, is not a place to live. Yes, Amanda, I'm with you. And it's all about having our ego being honored and alignment with our four bodies, and recognizing when the ego is protecting. So when Ginny is talking about Ginny, who's guest, is talking about, right now she's saying fear of abandonment and loss of family. Okay, beautiful. So when Ginny is talking about this fear, that we recognize, oh, okay, when we're talking about ego, there's a fear here and there, or there's a fear of loss, there's a fear of being alone, there's a fear of whatever it might be, and we recognize when the ego is protecting us. So Ginny, what I would offer for you is just look into that fear. Feel that fear, recognize it's a fear of abandonment and loss of your family. I would offer for you to not have a no that's exclusive, but to honor your no, So just be in integrity with where you are. And part of that, knowing that it's a no, even if you do no for the rest of your life, it's not the no, because no is valid, but it's having to lock yourself into anything but your alignment. So that keeps you from your intuition and your truth. So maybe there is a time that it would be, or you might want to say yes, but you said that you're going to say no, and so you're locked into the no. Or the no, even though it would be natural, but because you said it has to be no, then you feel like it's unnatural and you have that fear. So if you give yourself, release the tension on the no and trust your yes or no, it will allow you to let go of that fear of the abandonment, because now you're being true to self. Ginny, tell me if that's resonating. Tell me if it's resonating. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, Amanda, there's always something to learn from any situation, good or bad. If we live as victims, that's when things happen to us, not for us. Fantastic. And then what we did last time on our subject, it was what was last guy's subject? Was it grounding, or was grounding the one before? But if anybody remembers, put it in the window. But good or bad, there's always something for us to learn, good or bad. And that's what we got to. It's not good or bad, it is. So when we start labeling it as good as bad, then then boom, we can flow with is. And then it's not a victim, it's not two, it's four, and all is beautiful, Okay, good. So Amanda, wonderful. Love to Amanda from others. Geraldine, can't wait to meditate. Me too. Ginny, yes, it resonated. Fantastic. So there's a few things in. Don't lock yourself in to what your future. Give your authentic expression for the moment, the opportunity to come out. And the way that we do that is by, instead of saying, I am going to say X for every scenario, I am going to be true to truth. I'm going to ask my gut what it feels. What does my gut feel? What should I do? What's true for now? Oh, I'm feeling fear. What's that fear? Oh, it's abandonment. Okay, let me thank them for helping me to recognize that I'm not alone. I'm connected and always be connected. Let me recognize that my survivor guilt is coming in, and to let it go. Oh my God, my siblings, they have been such a wonderful conduit for my self-growth. And if they weren't here, I wouldn't still keep going inside. Oh my God, my siblings are amazing for my growth. I love them so much. I'm going to be true to myself, and they're teaching me how to be true. So Ginny, they're your teachers, and every time you feel resistance engaging with them, look within, look inside, and figure out what's going on. Good? Okay, Kathleen, can you explain getting into alignment with no? I just want to help people and be generous, but someone keeps taking advantage, and I must say no, and I hate not being generous. Okay, so Kathleen, number one, let go of all judgment that you have. Once you recognize that you have the judgment on yourself, then recognize that the no is not about being in alignment with your truth, but a judgment of you being generous or not. So that's the first step. So the first step is, every time somebody wants to ask you something and there's a resistance, welcome that resistance. And before you get to yes or no, get into alignment with your body. So someone asks you, can I have some money? What happens? All of a sudden we're feeling what? Very defensive, fearful, taken advantage of, that you know that you have to protect yourself, all of those heightened feelings come into your body. Tell me whatever those heightened feelings are. So before coming up with the answer that's true to your truth, you have to work through that resistance. So feel into that resistance. If you want to meditate, if you're able to, if you want to save it for later, you can save the energy. You can say, I see you, but I'm going to save you for later. If you have to give them an immediate answer, you can say to them, I need to reflect on this. Let me reflect. Let me talk to X, Y, and Z. If you can give somebody as a scapegoat, not that you have to check with them, but you scapegoat them. Oh, let me check with something. You can give yourself your answer if you're on the spot. And go into your feeling. Feel the fear. Oh, I see you, fear. I'm scared of being alone. What's more important than my fear is my alignment with truth. Ah, there. I can feel alignment with truth. Okay, I see the judgment of me not being generous. Ooh, there's the judgment. Ooh, I hope everybody's doing this with me. Oh, there's the judgment. Oh, I see that. I can see that I've been judged early in my life, and I can see where that conditioning of judgment comes from. Oh, I see you, judgment. Oh, wow. I see that you're teaching me to let go of judgment and accept myself. Accept myself. Oh, I can start to feel myself calibrating towards acceptance. Okay, let me breathe in and let go of the judgment. Okay. I still don't feel aligned with truth. What else do I feel? Oh, there. I see the fear sneaking back up. What are you fearful of? Oh, I calibrated the fear of being alone. Oh, I see the fear of my worthiness. Okay. Let me see you, worthiness. Oh, worthiness. Do you remember? This is an old special friend. I can feel you. You're familiar. I've calibrated to knowing that I'm worthy, and worthy is not by expression externally. It's by my internal knowing of my worthiness. Okay, I see you. Okay, I'm letting you go. Okay. Now I'm in alignment. I feel clear. Oh, this is clear. This is no. That I don't feel like this is something that I'd like to say or do, and I'm going to easily give a no. But I love you and I wish you the best, and it's a no. So Kathleen, I just acted it out for you. And I think Ginny, I see that you said that you relate. So how was that acting of it? And you just go in and you keep looking for the resistance, keep feeling it, and you talk it out until you calibrate onto the yang. So yin is the resistance, the yang is the freedom. You keep feeling the resistance, asking what it is. So awareness, awareness, awareness. We haven't gone through the 5 steps too. You're aware of the resistance. 2, acknowledge the deeper meaning. So that's when I'm like, oh, great, the worthiness. Oh, being alone. Oh, feeling free, whatever it was be. Then, so that's the acknowledgement. So the yin and the yang. So step 1 is the yin, awareness. Step 2 is the yang, what you want. Step 3 is appreciation. I didn't talk out the appreciation because I sort of saw it and loved it and whatever. But step 3 is recognizing, oh, this is a human conditioning. This is life. This is okay. This is whatever. And then, and moving to a place of compassion towards yourself and your experiences in life, and thanking the yin for showing you the yang. So I did it without speaking it because it's intuitive for me. During our meditation, sometimes I'm explicit about it, sometimes I'm implicit about it. But step 3 is the appreciation. And then 4 is the letting go. Letting go. The step 3, the appreciation, lets you shift the yin to the yang. Awareness lets you recognize the yin, and awareness lets you get to the yang. And then step 3, which is the appreciation, lets you recognize, oh, everything is for my growth and expansion. I recognize this is okay. Nothing is bad. Nothing is broken. And I'm becoming aware so I can free myself. And then you let go. And then we surrender. And then we surrender. And then we surrender. Good? Gadavari, beautiful, thank you. Radical self-compassion. Yes. Yes, Gadavari. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful name. I hope I'm saying it right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Kathleen, yes, resistance. Like I'm at risk. that this is wrong to give them money again. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing. Spot on. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Radical self-compassion. Kathleen says, wow. Fantastic. And guys, every emotion we go through this journey, every emotion we go, here's the yang, what's the yang? Here's the yin, what's the yang? Here's the yin, what's the yang? And Sporty Jen reminded me, we scripting trauma events, which led to gaslighting, which is next Tuesday. Thank you, Sporty Jen. I needed that reminder. Whew, sometimes I feel my brain, but then I'm like, anyway, thank you. Okay. So our yin, we're going to become aware of the resistance. Our yang is what? The acknowledgement. Step 2, acknowledgement. What is it leading us to? Okay, so I'm feeling a nice pause. How's everybody feeling it? Godavari, you got it. It's a river in southern India. Oh my God, I love it. I love when everybody gives the meaning of their name. I love it. Irie, the Jamaican, joy and bliss. And Godavari, it's a river in southern India. Manal means attainment. My parents wanted a girl and they got me, and so they've attained their daughter. And that's where Mattain comes from. I stuck a M in front of attainment for M instead in front of my A, Mattain, as I start to sign my name. Okay, fantastic. Are you guys ready to go into a meditation? Godavari, oh wow, beautiful attainment. Yes, I love the meaning of my name too. Sporty Jen, I'm thinking a tattoo of the 5 steps to alignment would be useful. Great explanation. I love it. Gary, I bet they spoil you. Yes, they do. I've always been spoiled. I have been. And so it's conditioned into my life. I'm always spoiled, as you can see from how I live. And I appreciate every moment of it. I do. I so appreciate. Yesterday I was talking to my mom and dad, and they were saying something, and they were giving me a hard time, not a hard time, but a sarcastic hard time about something. And so my response to them was, I'm just so blessed. And then we all 3 just started laughing because I took it wasn't sarcasm, but it was a bit sarcastic. And I said, yes, I'm so blessed. And anyway, it was a moment. So yes. And we can all spoil ourselves. And when we spoil ourselves, then it happens in life. So maybe they didn't spoil me. Maybe at one point it could have been something else, but I kept taking in the love. And then I kept getting the love from all different places. So is it what do they say? Is it the what or the what? Okay. So you guys ready? So Gary, do you want to talk about what you didn't talk about, or are you feeling good? I know Gary had something that he kept hidden 2 inspirations ago. Godavari, and you share from your overflowing heart. Thank you. I'm human, and I share my human experiences all the time. Gary says he's good. I share my human experiences all the time, so I am human. Every now and then I'm like, even me. And I'm like, Manal, that's such an egotistical way to say, like, even me. But yes, I'm human. And before, when I'd have human experiences, I would beat myself up. But Manal, I know this stuff. I know. How come this is happening? I already did my work. I know. And that's when I realized, oh no, this is not work. This is play. And this is the human journey. And if we're going to keep looking at life and saying, but I already did this and this is, why is it happening? Then I'm not enjoying the journey and not honoring that things happen because they happen. They happen because they happen. And every time things happen, I learn and grow from them. And every time I try to go in and expand from it and take everybody around that wants to go. My deepest desire is for us all to thrive. Actually, that's what my daughter called our Wi-Fi during the divorce. I mentioned divorce twice. It's interesting today, but during it, because yesterday something came up that brought it up a lot in terms of how we human together and how we interact and engage. So the effect from that. But my daughter called our Wi-Fi thriving during that time because we were all really intentful. Is that a word, guys? Our clear intention, our intentfulness. Now I'm going to make it a longer word. Tell me if that's a word. Intentfulness. I don't think it is. Our intention, all of me and my kids, our greatest intention was that we are going to survive, not survive, we were going to thrive. And it became sort of our motto, and just sort of like, how do we just not allow this experience that's happening to us to drive us into victim, and just and thrive and thrive and thrive. So thank you, Godavari, and I want us all to go together. Stephanie, I came in late and had just been processing the wealth of information I'm receiving here. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Stephanie, you came in during the meditation because I mentioned the cat and the butterfly, and it was your profile pic was on there when I said we're all humans, but there's cats and butterflies in here. I think it was your little profile pic I was receiving too, because I said cats and then I said, oh, and butterflies. Yes, you did. Okay, fantastic. Terry, thank you so much, Manal. And I'll have to go to my ukulele lesson. Oh my God, going to dance with it. Have an amazing ukulele lesson, Terry. Enjoy it. And I'm so glad that you shared some insight, all your insight with us, and your grandmothering. I'm excited. I'm not going to be a grandmother anytime soon, but excited for that stage in life. I'm a great aunt, actually. I'm a grand aunt. And her middle name is Manal, the baby's middle name. And she's absolutely adorable and beautiful. She lives in the UK, so I don't get to see her enough, but I'm close to being a grandmother. I felt it in my heart when you said that earlier. Stephanie, okay, good. Yes, it was you. It was you that I saw, your cat and butterfly. Okay, fantastic. Okay, guys, let's go into meditation. We're going to go into emotion. I will talk about intuition, but really, we really talked a lot about emotion and resistance and a lot of that. So I'm going to just do a really plain Jane. I can't even believe I use that term, but a really vanilla, a very vanilla meditation where we can go into our emotions and go into the 5 steps, because we talked so much about it. And then I will end with us getting aligning and trusting our intuition. So I'll plant the seeds with that. So once everybody's open and I can feel the shift, then I'll start to really plant and sprinkle some love of us aligning with our intuition by trusting our 4 bodies. Okay, but I'm just going to first just really I feel like we could all benefit, because everybody woke up some really different feelings, that we're going to just start with our just going in a vanilla, emotional, physical, mental meditation. Okay, so anybody want to say anything before we go in, before we start with our 3 breaths, because Manal 3-3. Oh goodness, Jacob 2-2. Who would have known that I would refer to you so much in my older days? Oh my God, I'm funny, guys. I'm funny. Okay, I take the silence as no. I know there's also a lag. Stephanie, you are funny. Thank you. Thank you for validating, because me having to say it was an insecurity, because I'm saying something and laughing and I'm like, oh my God, what's everybody doing back there in this void that we call this virtual room? Okay. I see the hearts. I see the love. Okay, let's go for it. Okay, everybody take a deep breath in. And release. Take a second deep breath in. Enjoy the gap. And release. Take a deep breath in. If you want to imagine light just circling around you, entering through your crown of your head, just take a deep breath in. Enjoy the gap. And release. Today was marvelously fantastic. Just talking about trust. And not just trust, but trusting ourselves. Trusting our intuition, which really means trusting a dimension that we can't see. trusting an immediate feeling that just comes. And in this trusting, we became aware collectively that it requires a trusting of ourselves, a trusting of our past, a trusting of our present, and a trusting of our future. We're humans. We have a fantastic, amazing human journey. And in this human journey, we get introduced to experiences. These experiences can sometimes have been judged as bad or good. But now, collectively, we're just going to call it conditioning. And those experiences just were. It just is. It's not bad. It's not good. It just is. It's there to lead us to growth, to expansion, to internal calibration. And with that internal calibration, we connect to intuition, to truth, to the expression of who we are and the beauty of who we are. What stands in the way of this is that sometimes we've held on to emotions, experiences, victim stories, physical pain, mental anguish. Sometimes we call it trauma, depression, during our initial stories, before we calibrated to an awareness that, oh, it's here for a purpose. So today we're just going to go into our bodies. Go into our bodies and just discover and explore and see what we might have buried, with the intention to start to become familiar with our bodies, to honor our bodies, to love our bodies, celebrate our bodies. And when I say bodies, I mean our physical body, our emotional body, our mental body, and our egoic body. All four of our bodies are amazing when they work together. And we are going to muscle and learn and grow together, where all four of our bodies are just working so strongly and beautifully together. So at this point, let's have some fun. I want you to go through into your body. Enter on any of the four bodies. If there's a physical tension or pain, if you have a chronic pain, internally or externally, or if there's a physical, just go into that area without overindulging, without overly feeling, but just from a place of exploration, place of interest, place of intrigue, place of curiosity. Go into that area and start sort of floating around and feeling. Start to feel the physical sensations that's surrounding that body area. If you want to look at your whole body as a whole, go for it. Whatever you're called to. There is no wrong. You cannot do this wrong. You can only do this right. You're just exploring your body. If you want to go through your emotional body, if you're aware of this pain, fear, self-judgment, fly in through that emotion and start to really savor and enjoy the feeling of the sensations of that emotion. Once you're in the body, start to go between the physical sensation and the emotional relationship between that physical. So if you're in your physical body, see if you could see what is the emotion associated with it. If you go through your emotional body, see what are those physical sensations? And start to become a master of going between physical and emotional. Oh, interesting. That tingling is fear, for example. Oh, that constriction feels like sadness. Sort of have fun floating between the two bodies, becoming aware. Awareness is the gift to everything. It's the path to liberation. If you want to come in through your mind, stories, any victim stories you have, any experiences, anything that happened to you recently that just, or in the past, that ignited a major emotional or minor emotional and physical response, go in that way. Now once you're floating through, just go through between the three bodies, relating the story, the emotion, to the physical sensations. Become a master of flying through your different bodies. Become a master of accepting and honoring and smelling and tasting and hearing and feeling your bodies. Start to see if there's any beliefs, limiting beliefs that are associated with this physical, emotional, or mental thoughts that you're having. How fascinating we are as humans. And all of these sensations are here are to show us our greatest desires. They're here to really help us acknowledge what we want from life. These feelings, these sensations, these stories, these experiences are gifts to help us acknowledge what we really, truly desire. So start to open yourself up to recognize, what is it that you desire? What is the yang to the yin of the resistance? Of the resistance, physical, emotional, mental resistance. What's the yang? Usually it's a desire for worthiness, for freedom, for happiness. Open yourself up to discover what is it that you desire. The human journey is amazing, and our bodies are amazing. They can tell us so much when we just connect and listen. And together we'll just really learn to hear and feel and smell and taste and see ourselves and our bodies and our hearts and our emotions, our feelings. Start to shift to honor and to celebrate. To get a deeper level of awareness, go through your timeline to recognize what's the first time that you've ever felt this way. Is there a pattern to this expression of physical, emotional, and mental thoughts? Go into the womb. Feel your mom's energy, maybe your dad's energy, maybe your siblings, those that are around you. Maybe it came into a previous life and you believe in that. Through your previous generations, maybe. You believe in that. Ancestors. Sort of ask, where did this pattern, when did it start? Fly into your early weeks and months. Love on your baby self. Love on your younger self as you fly through and try to discover, when did I start to pick up this conditioning? Go from months into your early years. Open your body and your mind to just sharing information that you may have buried deep within you. When you see it, just like be curious and loving, compassionate. Keep going through your younger years. Go into your 10s, 11s, your teenage years. Receive any information about understanding your conditioning and this pattern of emotion, this pattern of this physical reaction, these mental thoughts, with a desire, a deep desire for self-understanding and compassion. Go into your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, wherever you are. Come back to today. At this point, just love on yourself and love on all of the information that you've received. Love on the awareness. Appreciate your conditioning, because your conditioning is here for your growth, for your expansion. Recognize that everything is exactly as it's meant to be, and life is exactly as it's meant to be, and you are doing fantastic. And at this point, just let go of all of the energy that you connected with. And if you want to shake it off, if you want to take it off, whatever you want to do, just let it go. You also want to take a deep breath in and just let it go. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And take a deep breath in and let it go. The human journey is fascinating, and life is here to teach us, and everything is just as it is meant to be. Together, we're going to strengthen all four of our bodies, our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, to get them into strong alignment and balance, so we can get to a place of truly trusting our intuition, which means that information will come to us from another dimension, and it will come through our physical body from a gut instinct, our emotional body with just knowing that it feels good and it just feels right, our mental body with just knowing, I just know, and I trust this know, and it wasn't logic, and it wasn't my mind, it was just came to me immediately, and I just know. And our egoic body, that we just have a truth, that we know that this truth exists with such full level of clarity. So create the intention to honor yourself, your four bodies, honor the alignment and the balance, and create an intention to trust yourself completely and to awaken your intuitive knowing. I'm going to just pause for 2 minutes, and if there's any intentions that you have that you want to create for today, or for the rest of the week, the weekend, or for months, or for your life, for whenever, I'll call you back in 2 minutes. Wonderful. At this point, I'm going to count to 5. On 3, come back into the virtual room. Let me know how you're feeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come on back in. Join me. Let me know how everybody is feeling. Ginny had a meeting to go to, so she left with some beautiful smiley faces and beautiful red hearts. I'm feeling really good and enjoyed that. I actually usually don't release, but I did release some during today's meditation and created some intentions for me, which felt really good. I see the hearts coming. Andrea donated. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate, very much appreciate. See the hearts going. Okay, beautiful people. How is everybody feeling? Was there any strong awarenesses and awakenings? Are we ready to trust our intuition, our knowing, trust ourselves? Love ourselves, care for ourselves, our pasts, our conditioning, recognizing it's all here for a reason. And together we're going to figure out that reason and free ourselves from that reason and just be recalibrated to the truth of our unconditional worthiness and freedom and beauty. Life is amazing. Life is amazing. We've heard too many times that it's anything but it is amazing. And we can create the life we desire. I firmly believe that here on earth, there is heaven and there is hell. Here on earth. And what I want all of us is to calibrate is to the heaven on earth. The heaven. I want us all to live on the heaven on earth. And we do it by finding the heaven within. I have never, ever said it that way before. I want us all to create heaven within. And our life's conditioning is a normal part of us learning to create heaven within. So let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. Jesse, thank you. Very uplifting and positive body, mind, and heart energy. Fantastic. That's what I want. And I wouldn't mind if you throw ego in there too. Because that ego of ours has a purpose, and we have spent too much time putting that ego down. And that ego is fantastic. Geraldine, I could listen, speak to you at length. Thank you, Geraldine. You're so beautiful. I can feel your spirit radiating. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sporty Jen, feeling an inkling of hope. That's all we need. That light, that one stream of light can brighten any darkness. Light takes away the darkness. So I love that. Feeling an inkling of hope. I really want to go for a walk in nature and listen to some birds. Loved hearing yours in the background. Thank you. Love that heaven within. Thank you, Sporty Jen. I am just so amazed by your growth and your dedication and your desire for growth. And I can just feel that. I can feel your shift, and you're the same person. We're all the same person. We're not going to change. But I can feel the clarity, the self-love, the self-respect, I would even say, the self-respect that you have calibrated to, and just and recognizing the worthiness of you and the beauty of your life journey. And I can feel the expansion within you, and it's just my honor to be part of it with you. Just my honor with you, Sporty Jen, and with everybody. And I love seeing the profile pics, and some of them are familiar and some of you talk more than others, but I see them because they're just floating along the bottom of my screen. I don't know if you guys get the same, I think you do, along the bottom, the profile pics. And I see familiar and I see new ones, and you're all amazing and beautiful, and I appreciate you. Jesse, I've come to realize that my ego is my friend, not my protagonist, and that one cannot exist without an ego. Jesse, fantastic. Fantastic. And then the next step is getting the ego in alignment with the mind and the heart and the body. And then the next step is for the heart to lead the body and the mind and the ego. For them all to play together as one. It's one team. Team Jesse, Team Manal, Team Sporty Jen, Team Geraldine, with the heart leading. And when the heart leads, then it's the yes and the no that we were talking about earlier. The yes and the no comes from where? Integrity. The no comes from where? My truth. The yes and no comes from where? From alignment. The yes and the no, there's no doubt. It's clarity. It's clarity. So Jesse, beautiful. Sporty Jen, you're making my heart smile. I changed mine, my two boys. Fantastic. Yes, your two boys. Neil, got it. Fantastic. I always love to see you. Pop in, Neil. Pop in. Always love to see you. Cynthia, I'm 100% on board with heaven here now within. Thank you for saying that the way you did. The Lord's Prayer states, on earth as it is in heaven. Yeah, Cynthia, I mean, you guys know I always talk about religion, and I personally love religion, but I knew at one point that I had to be really, because I'm very committed. I go hard when I believe something. Like, I'm really like, boom, when I believe something. So I always knew that I had to filter out the bad and just keep the good. And that I realized that religion had a lot of shame and a lot of guilt and a lot of no's and a lot of shoulds. And that didn't rhyme with me, but the beauty of religion did. And so it took me a long time to say, oh, filter. I'll filter out what I don't want and filter what I want. I'll see the love, I'll see the purity, I'll see the divine, I'll see the balance, I'll see all of the beauty. But I'm successful in life. I never think about failing. I always think about success. So why would I think about the hell and not the heaven? And then when I started looking around and reading what heaven and hell sounds like in different religious texts, I'm like, sounds like earth to me. I mean, when you can't understand why some of these things happen on earth, it sounds like hell. But then when you look at how we can live and how some people are living, it sounds like heaven. So I'm like, oh, It's here. It's here. It's here on earth, and we get to choose, because what we do internally is a mirror and an attraction to what we see on the outside. We shift on the inside, and then we attract it on the outside. And then anything along our journey is the conditioning, and it's the life that we signed up for. It's not bad. It's what we get to grow and expand from. Grow and expand, grow and expand. Beautiful. Jesse, thank you for your donation. Thank you for your words and your heart's passionate commitment here on IT. Thank you. I really, really, really appreciate Insight Timer. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate the community. I really appreciate all of you coming and supporting. It hasn't even been a year that I've been on here. It hasn't even been a year. And sometimes I judge myself that I'm not doing enough. And then sometimes I'm just so overwhelmed and appreciative of the community that we formed, of the feeling, of the embracing, of the desire for growth and for expansion. It was right before Thanksgiving. It was right before Thanksgiving that something expired, and I did two, an anxiety and fear one in my nighttime meditation. And it was just like, oh, I can do this. And oh, I want to do this, and it's expression of who am I, and boom, and one day I'm like do, because I'm a doer. It takes me a while to think, and put it, and calibrate, and judge. Yes, I do some self-judging, and then all of a sudden it comes, and it's like, and there's a few new movements that are coming that I can feel, a huge movement towards some big things that are happening. I can feel it, because it starts off feeling like disruption. I'm now appreciating the feeling, but it's like this deep inside desire for more. Then I fight it as judgment, and then I don't know, and then I say, Manal, you don't have to know anything. How do you learn? And then I start sucking up from different ways, and then it comes out in my self-expression. And then I learn, oh, Manal, just trust yourself. You didn't have to go through all that angst. So I'm trying to get rid of a lot of that angst to get to the trust, but it's my way. Cynthia, I also have to filter out the bad, and I do creatively filter all of it out. I found hell and heaven here, and choose heaven. Exactly. Let's choose heaven together. Let's choose heaven together. Unbelievable that it's been under a year for your lives. You're a natural. It seems like you've been doing this for a couple of lifetimes at least. Thank you, Cynthia. My dear friends would say that I was born this way, and that one of my dear friends always called me Oprah, and that everybody always says, oh, my kids for my 40th, they pulled together a book of things that everybody, all my dearest ones, thought about me. And it was really interesting how a lot of them had mentioned inspiration and teacher and a model for their children. So I do feel like my whole life I've been expressing in this way, but just really coming out as a teacher and Insight Timer and all the different avenues I've used is just been less than a year. So it's been really exciting for me. But you're all amazing. Thank you, Sporty Jen. Isn't it amazing how many of us want to be well? We just need a little encouragement. Learning compassion for yourselves and others is heavenly bliss. Yes, I want the compassion word to be the first thing that comes to us, and it's not intellectual, it's feeling. And we get it by realizing that the human journey is here for purpose. There's a reason. We might not always understand, but it's here for a reason. So once we're able to recognize that, oh, it's the human journey. Oh, so just like we accept in the biblical and the religious texts, the Quranic texts, the Toric texts, the Zenic texts, the Buddhic texts. I don't know if I'm saying them all right, but wrong. But you guys know what I'm saying. And all these texts that say to us, Rumi and everybody, that say, hey, this is what it is, and this is how you do it, and this is whatever, we honor and we accept, and we realize, oh, this is just life. Stop taking it so personally. Stop taking it so hard, and just start to fall into finding a love and compassion for the growth and expansion. Read, educate, learn, love. Find and calibrate to the peace and the joy of what is meant to be. But it's our choice to create and to build on those muscles. And that's what we do together in this beautiful community. Beautiful. Wonderful. Okay, guys. I'm feeling fantastic. And I can see from all the chitter chatter that everybody's feeling good too. My intention is always for us to come out more blissful than we started, because I know everybody's on their journey. So I can't believe that we're all going to come out Zen monks, but I want us all to come out from a place of feeling better, calibrated, believing in our lives and ourselves and the journey in a higher way than we ever did, or than we did before the call, before the inspiration, or more than we ever did. If we could do it more before than we ever did each time, that would be fascinating, amazing to me, wonderful. Okay, guys, the only other topic that I got is, so, business. Next Tuesday, 11/1, moving from doubt to clarity. Thursday, 11/3, overcoming anxiety and fear. Oh, anxiety and fear is a regular topic of ours, but it's something we always talk about. 11/8, Tuesday, let's talk about gaslighting. So it's the Tuesday after next. Last one that we talked about, that recalibrating trauma events. I think Sporty Jen reminded us what it was about. We talked so much about gaslighting. It was so fascinating. So we are going to talk about gaslighting. Let's talk about gaslighting. That's what all the title is. Let's talk about gaslighting. And then Thursday, 11/11, I was going to do cultivating trust in life. That was inspired from trust and intuition, because when I was doing the preamble, I'm like, ooh, trust is, we want to talk about trust in all four bodies. But I might do not my fault. Do you guys like the not my fault, or life is not my fault, or no fault in life, or calibrating away from fault in life? There's something, and we talk about life being fault. You know what? There's yes, please. Okay, so I think on Thursday I'm going to do something about life isn't your fault. Does that sound right? Christine, yes, please. You said, does it sound right? Self-blame. Okay, I'm going to call it, we are not our fault. Ooh, Sporty Jen, love it. I'm going to say we are not our fault. And then I'm going to say, semicolon, calibrating away from self-blame. I'm writing it. Okay, that's going to be the Thursday, 2 Thursdays away from that. And then I wanted something about trust, like just cultivating trust in life. So that will probably be the Tuesday after. So I'll set 2 up very soon. Okay, join the group. If you're new and you have not joined the group, join the group, Attaining Your Authentic Life. And let me spell attaining correctly. Attain. Hold on. Attaining Your Authentic Life. If you're not following me, follow me. Just let's keep growing. You are all amazing. I love you all. I will see you soon. If there's any other topics, let me know. Christine, thank you so much. I love seeing you. And I mentioned you in the meditation too when I mentioned monkeys. That was your monkey, Christine. And I almost said monkeys, Christine, but I didn't, so we wouldn't get out of focus. But it was your monkey that I was speaking to. Fantastic. You guys are all brilliant. I love you, love you, love you all. Let me know anywhere. Yes. It's actually my favorite emoji with text. See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil, and just the monkey himself. I always love using the monkey. Fantastic. Okay, beautiful people. We will see you all. Beautiful Christine, thank you. The other Christine with beautiful flowers. I don't know if those are daffodils. I don't know if they're daffodils, but they're beautiful flowers. You are all beautiful. You're all brilliant. I see the hearts along the side. If there is anything, ooh, mine too. Jesse, yes, he's got a beautiful sunset. I think it's a sunset behind a building, and love the brown heart. If there's any other topics, let me know. Oh, Cosmo's in my garden. That's my cat's name, is Cosmo, not Cosmos, Cosmo. Beautiful, beautiful, Christine. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. Any other topics, let me know in Attaining Your Authentic Life, or put it down in the window. You are all brilliant. You are all gorgeous. Today was amazing, very powerful. I love our continual growth, and I will see you in the cosmos, or else here on virtual on Tuesday, or else Attaining Your Authentic Life, or comment or something from my meditations. You're all amazing. Thank you for being here. My love, always.